Hello, 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 Fire Dove Squad, Wealth Builder in the building. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are joining us from. Guess what? We are live. We are live at the Fire Dove show today, and I am super excited, as you can see. So, you know, today's episode is different, is special. It's something that I am doing afresh just so that you know who Lola Wealth is. I'm super excited, and of course I'm grateful for another day God has given us to see on the land of the living. So we give all the glory to God for another time. Guess what? This is May, and we are getting closer to mid of Q2, and I am doing live with you today, 11 CST, 12 EST. Some part of the world, guess what, is evening. Some part of the world, you are joining us. We really have a global audience. So I'm super excited for everyone joining us today. And for people that are going to watch the replay, guess what? You are so welcome. I am super excited. So put in the chat where you're joining us from today. I want to read from you. Where are you joining us from? Where are you joining us from? Today, you get to know who Lola Wealth is. If you're a returning member, guess what? You must have heard some of my stories, but today's own is on another level. It's a different, pedestal, I would say, right? And if you are new here, you'll be hearing about who Lola Wealth is, what I do, how I help professionals. And guess what? You're going to take 2, 3, 4, 5 nuggets that you can take with you today to put into your personal finances, your business finances, for you to move you forward towards achieving your goals. So I'm super excited. Put in the chat, where are you joining us from? We are live. We are live. We are live. Some people are joining us from LinkedIn. Some are joining us from YouTube. And I know, we're still going to be extended to other part of the social media, like Instagram, like Facebook, like TikTok. Guess what? We are growing. So today you get to know who your girl is. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will be having some questions today. So I'll be having some questions today. And if you have questions, I want you to put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. And of course, I have my team members here. We are working together. Mr. Toby, thank you. Week after week, we have been doing this for a while from the beginning of the year, and it's been phenomenal. So shout out to Toby and shout out to all my other team members. We are doing this together. All right. I am super excited to have everyone here today. Okay, yes. So let me introduce myself briefly. And of course, you'll be seeing some of the questions coming in. And we have our team members, of course, also in the chat. They're going to be, pull all of those questions together. We're going to be answering them. And guess what? We're not going to answer everything today, but as much as possible, answer some, and of course, have a future episode where we open it up to Q&A, and I'm here, and then you get to ask your question live. All right, so that's it for today. Of course, my name is Lola Wealth. Some people call me Coach Lola. Some people call me Lola. Some people call me Lola Wealth. Some people call me Wealth System Architect. Guess what? I called myself Coach Lola and Lola Wealth for a long time. But I am here today to reintroduce myself to you. Okay, I'm here to introduce myself, to share my story as well, and then you get to know me. All right. One of the stories that I'll be sharing again today is how I, pivot and move from corporate and now retiring on my own terms. As you can see here, retire on your own terms. That's what we do. That's what I help professionals do. High earners, African descent professionals. I help you retire on your own terms. I help you get the blueprint. You come up with that blueprint when you want to retire. Guess what? There's going to be gap of where you are right now to where you want to be, where you want to go right, on the where your goal is, and then we bridge that gap, having a blueprint, and of course celebrating those milestones until you get to your final destination. All right. So here I am today. Who is LolaWealth? Who is LolaWealth? Who is LolaWealth? Yes, I'm a system architect, wealth system architect. I'm a designer and I am an engineer, right? And guess what? I'm not just engineering anything. I am helping you engineer your money, your finances, right? And the title really matters to me. You know, it's not that it really matters to me, but what you describe yourself, and part of some of the things we'll be talking about is identity. Identity. A lot of us, we can even do better if we know who we are and whose we are and whom we are, right? And my next book coming out is going to be heavily on that identity, which I'll be, spilling some, in a few weeks to come, but is more around the identity of who you are. So I try to lean on who I am, right? And I describe myself exactly like that. What I do for myself. I'm an architect. I'm building. I design, right? I design. But you know what an architect does? They make sure that the structure holds upon and under pressure. And I will tell you, I have been through some pressure. What? I am seeing a message. I have been through some pressure myself, which I'm going to be sharing shortly. What I help do and what I've done for myself, of course, is okay. What I do for myself, of course, is holding on under pressure. Holding on under that pressure. I inspire people. I motivate people. I build what's it called? Blueprints, and help you think differently when it comes to your money. I help you design and build a system, and that is why I am a wealth system architect. Because you design and you design the wealth on your own terms. Whatsoever you define as success, that is what success means to you. Right? Does it grow? Is it dynamic? Yes, by the time you begin to grow in your mindset, you grow in your capacity. Guess what? The definition of success now begin to expand and continue to like grow as you grow in your own capacity. And that's what I do with wealth. I build a system, a real working structure that produces financial freedom even when life gets hard, because life is going to get hard. Do you see? I call myself a wealth coach, and that's what I am, right? A wealth coach. That's what I am. But I build system as well. Building and having a wealth architecture or a wealth system architecture is accurate because I bring not just only framework to the table, I bring that identity, awareness, the mindset, and the blueprint. And guess what? It all creates a system. And that's a system that I built from my own life. And I'm now helping other people, African descent professional, a breadwinner, a woman professional. I help everyone who thinks that, yes, they are tired of being tired of where they are. And they can think different and they can retire on their own terms and they can achieve financial independence. And that abundance is theirs. And that's what I do. All right, I'm open to question. You can start to ask questions right now. One thing I am again, and I know a lot of people don't know, I'm a licensed financial professional. So I can help you in terms of your estate planning, annuities, writing insurance policies. That I do that as well because I am a licensed professional. I'm a 5 times published author. Do you see that? And guess what? More books are coming out this year that is going to shift you, that is going to help you in terms of achieving that your financial goal. I'm a founder of Fired Up Movement. I'm a founder of Fired Up Movement. And because we are changing the narrative of fire, some of you, if you don't know what fire is, the full meaning of fire is financial independence, retire early. And what that definition is in the normal social settings is that you save so much of your money right now so that you can enjoy in the future. But we are redefining it and saying that we are going to save right now. We are going to enjoy the moment, right? And then we are going to enjoy the future as well. The real definition of fire is that, or the definition of retiring or retirement is wait until you are 65, then begin to live life. We are changing that narrative and we are redefining what retirement means, meaning that you don't have to wait until 65 before you start to live life. You can start to live life today. You can retire on your own terms. Define what that means to you. Do you see? So what the Fired Up movement is, we are changing that narrative to settle on what you want, call it a name, identify your financial gap, have a blueprint to help you there. In 5 years, in 7 years, in 10 years, you can achieve financial independence. And you don't have to wait until 65 before you retire or before you start to live life. Do you see? And that is what Fired Up movement is. We are changing narratives. We are changing the model that the society, that corporate, that the industry has laid down for us, that we have to wait until 65 before we retire. No, we don't have to. We don't have to. And me, myself, as a wealth system architect, I help you, I guide you, identify that gap, set that milestone and begin to walk your way up. I serve as accountability coach for you as well, because guess what? Life is going to get in the way. Having your retirement in the next 10 years, in the next 5 years, guess what? It requires intentionality. And that is why it is different. You are not just living on autopilot or living like whatsoever comes your way, that is it. No. Fired Up movement is different, meaning that when you are coming into this society, when you are coming into this community, when you are coming into this mindset of fired up, guess what? You are intentional about your finances. You are intentional about every of your dollar, penny, naira that is coming in, because you don't want to do it the traditional way by waiting on to 65 before you retire, but you want to do it now and then set an intentional pace for yourself and tell yourself, in the next 5 years, I am getting out of corporate. In the next 7 years, if that is your goal, because not everybody wants to work until they are, they are very old and then begin to live life. Not everybody wants to do that. But I know that a majority of us, we want to live life on our own terms. And that is why I am here. That is why I am here as the wealth system architect, to help you navigate that journey so that you can get there not being bruised. Because some people will get there, they will weather the storm, fight everything. And by the time they get to their destination, guess what? They are weak. They are tired. Their body cannot even enjoy the labor of what they have worked for. That is why I am here as your wealth system architect, reintroducing myself to the world, so that you know that there is someone called LolaWealth, a fired up coin that is going to help you retire on your own terms. Do you see that? That's why I'm here. Okay, let's go to another question. Who else has something? And just like I shared with you as well, watch out for my books coming out. If you have not gotten this book, guess what? We have a big announcement today. We have a big announcement. In fact, let me spill the beans. Let me spill the beans. This book is going to be available for free to read for you. That is what I am bringing. That's the value I'm bringing. That's the impact I'm bringing to the financial industry. This is the masterpiece. This alone will make you successful. So if you want to get a free copy and read it for free, you are going to be clicking. We have a link for you. My team, you can drop it in the link in the chat where you can, have access to this book and you can read it for free. You can read it for free. Put a link in the chat so that you can do it. This is this has changed lives. And it has changed my life. I put all of this thing together. I worked for hundreds of professionals. And of course, it's still going to be thousands and millions of professionals. We are getting there. Do you see? Yes, get your Fired Up book. I wanted to put in the chat. Are you getting value? Do you know who LolaWealth is? Do you know what I do? Do you know what my mission is? Is for me to save people, professionals that don't know how to do it. You don't know how to retire on your own terms. You don't know how to live life fully. You want to do it. You want to get into investment. You want to save. You don't know how to do it. You want to achieve accelerated financial independence. You don't know how to do it. Your girl is here to help. Your girl is here. LolaWealth is here to support you. LolaWealth is here to guide you through that journey. LolaWealth is here to help you with the awareness, with the gap awareness, and help you fill the gap. And that is why we have the fire readiness assessment. You want to know your gap? You want to know where you are on that fire journey? Take the fire readiness assessment. Take the fire readiness assessment today. And of course, if you have this book, either the soft copy or the hard copy, you go in here, there are questions, 16 questions. When you answer them honestly, guess what? You'll be able to know where you are. You see the questions? This will help you. So if you have the book, you can do a short version of it. If you don't, or even if you want to do the full-fledged of the assessment, the link is in the chat. Click on the link, make sure that you complete the assessment. You cannot say that you want to be at the forefront of your finances and not have 10 minutes to sit down to identify the gap. You'll be doing yourself a disservice. So what I'm bringing to you today, I've given you free book, and I'm giving you and handing you tools that will help you identify the gap of where you are on that fire journey, on where you are on the journey to your financial independence and accelerated financial independence for that matter. You don't want to do work for the whole of your life. But how can you, by strategy, with blueprint, and how can you, with blueprints and strategy, shorten that curve, shorten that journey? You don't have to go through it lonely. You don't have to weather the storm by yourself. Someone has done it. The resources are there. They are here to help you, guide you, shorten that journey. And that is why I am so excited to hand you this tool. It's going to change your trajectory, change your legacy, your financial future, such that you are not just thinking about yourself right now, but you are thinking about generations to come. We are not just for now. We are for ourselves and for the next generations. All right? Second question I have here is, tell us about your journey, because you didn't just wake up one day financially free, or you don't wake up one day financially free. What was really going on behind the scene that most people don't know about? Okay, now, so behind the scene, this is great. And I'm going to be vulnerable here, just to share all this. You've heard bits and bits of this story, but today is different. Today's one is different, right? And I will answer it honestly. Behind the scene, seriously, I was terrified. I was afraid. I was scared for years, because when I made that decision, 35, 36, that time, that by the time I turn 40, I want to retire on my own terms. I don't want to wait until 65. I want to cut the journey short. I want to cut the journey short. I told myself, and I have a great career, a very strong career. I have a good salary, impressive title. I was a program manager, then turned product manager, helping development team, security compliance team, and all of the things. So the title was there, but everything underneath, I was carrying the full financial weight of my family. And in silence, nobody really knew the full extent of that pressure that I was under. Even if you tell people, guess what? They don't know it because they are not the one in that shoe. They are not the one in the shoe. So I am the one in the shoe. So I know how it pains, and it pains different. It pains different. And truth be told, it wasn't about the money, because guess what? I was paying my bills. And when you can pay your bills here, at least in this part of the world that I am, guess what? You're fine. But it's not just paying my bills, because I don't want to live, and I don't live for myself alone. But I know that there are so many destiny attached to me, attached to my obedience, attached to my mandate that I must fulfill. So it's not just about me and me being able to pay my bills alone. And there is one stake that I carry every time I wake up. If I lost my job, I could lose everything I had built in this country, in the United States. And it was because of the kind of visa that I carry. So every time I pray that, God, may I not lose my job. The weight was there. I moved from one job to another, from one company to another. Guess what? I have to start the process again. Every time you move from one job or one company to another, because of the kind of visa type, you have to start the process all over again. So every morning I showed up and I performed strength. I was always in performance. But privately, I was building my way out, because I know there should be a way. I'm not the only one on this kind of journey. Do you see? And I share that with you so that you know that sometimes it's not even just money. It's about so many things attached to where you are in that journey. So many things attached, because if I lose my job, which I'm going to share with you, the gravity of me not losing my job. So I started building intentionally at 36, 35, 36. And the conditions were not perfect. It's not that I have all the money and all of that, but I started learning about options, stocks, real estate. I started learning about those things. I published my book as well. I think that was my second book I published at that time, because my first book I published in 2020. Yes, and then the second one, 2022. So I started, getting into this coaching thing, and it wasn't perfect. And even other than that, there is one other weight that is what that was added to it. My daughter was sick, and I was in and out of the hospital for so long. So I battled within my work, school, the kids' school, and hospital. Then I must not lose my job. Do you see? And I still, so many things still was still attached. In fact, I have to drive, because I was on hybrid arrangement. So I have to drive to my place of work 1 hour plus toll, 1 hour plus fro. So about 2.5, 3 hours every day. I had 4 different managers in 2 years while I was at work. That alone is crazy. How can you perform well with that? And this is me going in depth into my story today. Even the environment at the workplace was somehow, I don't want to use the word toxic, but I was exhausted, tired. But I kept building. So if you are on this call today, I wanted to put it in the chat. Some of my women, they are exhausted. They have so many things. Some of you, you have kids that are that need special needs, or that have special need kids. Some of us, we have aged parents that we have to take care of. Some of us, we have some sickness that we have to treat and go through. And some of us, we are eh, going through menopause and all of those things. There are so many intricacies, so many things, moving parts when it comes to our lives and the lives of people attached to us. But guess what? We still stand strong. We still show up for ourselves. We show up for our managers. We show up for our families. But inside of me, inside my gut, even as I'm praying, I know that the income stream that I was dreaming about is not far-fetched. It's there. I can do it. I've read books. I know it's possible. It's not a fantasy. And I have to architect it. I have to know it. So I started getting myself into the environment, into coaching, getting mentorship, buying courses, and of course, taking those steps. Nobody handed me any blueprint like, these are the things you need to do. These are the things you need to watch over. But guess what? Scattered information here and there, knowledge. So I built myself a blueprint, which I'm sharing with you today. That is me. That is LolaWealth. I know we have so many questions. Yes, right? Oh, okay. Yes, I'm seeing your question. Let's say someone is watching this right now. They are successful on paper, good career, good salary, but they feel stuck. They feel overwhelmed. Maybe even a little like a fraud because they haven't figured it out yet. That's true. And I will tell you, like, I feel like a fraud too. I have to be honest with you. Mm, I have to be honest with you. There are so many, and those are the kind of people that I work with. If you're a high professional, you are doing all the things, doing the work, doing the extra shifts, you are earning the money, you are earning it. If you are successful on paper and you still feel stuck, you need to hear this, because I am here because of you. That was my story. That was my journey. And I'm here to share it with you. You are not a fraud. You know what the problem is? Is a gap issue. Gap issue is because there is a gap. And you can know the gap through the assessment. There is a difference between wealth and income. A fraud has never built anything real. You have built something. You have built a legacy. You work hard for that salary. So you are not a fraud. You earn that title. You have written the certifications. You have done the masters. You even have doctorate. Guess what? You are not a fraud. You put in the work. You showed up every single day, even when it was hard. You showed up. But there is a gap between earning well and building wealth. Two different total things. Between having income, there is a difference, and having a system. And that is why I am here as a wealth system architect. So as you're earning, no matter where you are on the spectrum of your salary, either you are earning $30,000 per annum, or you are earning 300,000 per annum, all you need is a system. All you need is a system. Nobody taught us how to close the gap. No one. Not our parents. Not in school. Not in your MBA program. No. No one taught us how to close the gap. But they taught us how to earn. Go and get that job. Go to school. You'll get a job. They taught us how to work, how to earn, not how to own. And I have taught about ownership as a wealth system. This is one of the previous episode we did here. You can go listen to it. Ownership. No one taught us how to own. They taught us how to earn, go to school, have a job, earn and pay your bills, but no one taught us how to own our own. Not your employer either, because their job is to keep you employed, not to make you financially independent. Please know this very well. Your employer, they employ you and they are keeping you with different shiny objects, shining, well, how did I call it, dangling those gold and those things on you, in your face. Your job, your employer, they employ you and they are keeping you. Their job is to keep you employed, not to make you financially independent. So the gap is not the issue. The income is not the issue. The gap is not your failure. It is your next assignment. And that is why you have to take that assessment, fire readiness assessment, to know where you are. I know what it feels like to be carrying more than anyone around me, to be performing strength. You know that performing, fake it till you make it. But in this way, fake it and let everybody think you are feeling fine, you are okay. You are carrying so much stress on you, on me, I would say. But quietly, you are terrified, you are tired, you are exhausted inside. And then the real deal is this: if anything happen because of your job, you are high paying, you are in that high paying job, you are one disaster away, one crisis away, one sickness away from crisis. I have documented here in my journey every step that I take in a book that I am giving to you today for free, because I believe that if someone had handed me this, if they have handed it to me earlier, I would have found my freedom sooner or earlier. Do you see? So here is the one thing I want you to do with this as we wrap this up. If you still have any question, guess we're going to be answering that maybe next week. I'm not promising yet. Depends on what my team, have. But I want you to go to the link that my team they're going to drop in the chat. Go to that link to get your free copy so that you can read it for free and you can do the assessment. At least you can do this assessment. And guess what? The assessment, the fire readiness assessment, I'm still giving it for free now, because by Q3, I'm opening it up more. By Q3, you're going to be paying for it. So use this code, get your fire gap assessment, get it done right now. Read chapter 1 of this today. Help you with your mindset. Read chapter 1, read chapter 2. In fact, if you take the whole 1 or 2 days, you finish the whole thing, and you will now go back, because each of them have action plan or action steps. What are the things you need to do? Because you are not just consuming information. You are not just reading because you want to read or just want to okay, let me feel what LolaWealth. No, these are practical things that is going to move you from point A to point B. It's really going to help you in terms of what you need to do. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Do I still have any questions? I know I said today is going to be brief, and brief is getting into about 40 minutes. I promise we're going to have about 35 minutes. So yes, we are rounding this up. At least for a lot of us that you're joining us today, you know who LolaWealth is, you know what I do. In fact, next week, I think I'm going to do more of this and just talk about the faith level, what I do even in my faith. My faith practices, the mindset that comes with abundance. And even I have okay. I wrote it down here. What my, yeah, the identity, faith, identity, and financial freedom. Talking about that more, because it is not just who we are. It is not just what we earn, it is who we are. The identity will focus and zoom in more on identity next week. And of course, still continue to answer questions around who LolaWealth is, what I do, how I help people. You already know right now that I help I performance, high earners, African descent professionals. If you are a woman and you know that you are carrying so much, guess what? This is your place. If you know that you are earning so much, if you know that you are earning and you are tired, right? You don't want to live on just only one income. I have, in fact, yeah, there is something I wanted to share with us today, the 5 stream. And of course, I've shared it before, but it's one of the things that I will be sharing also. The 5 stream. Let me see. The 5 stream. Hold on. I know I've shared it before. The 5 stream wealth system. Yes, that is what I teach. The 5 stream wealth income, your active income, your skill-based income, your investment income, your asset income, and the legacy income. Do you see? I have the plan of sharing this, but next week I think we're going to be, really down into it of what LolaWealth does when it comes to the 5 stream income. How is it that between now and the end of the year, you can establish each of the stream income? Because this is original to me. If you really want to get into wealth, guess what? You have to establish this. Research has shown that self-made millionaires, they have at least 7 streams of income. But I said, okay, 7 streams is good, or the 7 streams are good, but what I want to, and I sat down, I researched, and I said, okay, what if in this area of life and skill that someone has as a professional, if you establish yourself and have 6 figure and you grow and scale that to 7 figure income stream and you have 5, will you be okay, abundant, and all of that? Yes. And that's why I stick to, you know what? Anybody can start at any point in time to establish this 5 stream of income, right? Of active income of your normal 9 to 5 or whatsoever you're doing right now, your entrepreneurship, whatsoever you're doing, that's your active income, your money. That's where the major money comes in, right? Your active income, your skill-based income, the income that, is not being paid through your paycheck, but through consulting, coaching. Maybe you are an artist, you're speaking, you're writing, you are a video editor, whatsoever the skill you have, income that is coming from there, you want to establish it as well. The third stream of income is investment income. Guess what? Your money is working while you sleep. Stocks, funds, IULs, annuities, retirement account, IRAs. These are money that comes in while you sleep. Do you see? You want to establish that as well. Every money, every dollar you invest becomes your employee working overnight, so that you wake up, guess what? You have money in your account. The fourth income stream is your asset income. This is the one that will talk about the real estate, the royalties, and if you have licensing, if you have intellectual property, and all of these things, these are the ones that generate income, whether you show up or not. Whether you show up or not. So, and I made a big mistake here, which I'm going to share with you that story next week, about a real estate deal I did, and guess what? Drained me, money loss, and so many things. So, we're not just talking only the good things. How about learning from our own mistakes? How about getting into deals that you think is going to give you yields, and guess what? Came back and they put you into more debt. So we're going to talk about that. You don't have to make the same mistake, and that is why LolaWealth is here for you. And of course, the fifth one is the legacy income. This one is the business you build. I always tell, if you're a 9 to 5 or you're in corporate, have a system, have a business that you are running by the side. Do you see? Have a business. So the legacy income is from the business equity. As your business is growing, there are equity that is coming from there that you can, give to the next generation. Ownership stake. You begin to get into some deals that help you grow, even as you have a stake in some other businesses, estate planning. And these are the wealth that outlives you. You are building dynasty, you are building legacy, right? So there are some income that comes from there as well. So we're going to dive deep into that. And of course, all some of the work that LolaWealth does that is trademarked to her, I'm going to be sharing that a bit as well. But more importantly, your identity is very, very important. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. Thank you, thank you. I can see Sam. I see I see Toby. I can see people. And if you can, I don't have the QR code, but we have the link here. So click on the link. Click on the link to take the assessment. Click on the link to get the book for free. Yes, I really appreciate everyone joining from LinkedIn Live and from YouTube, and from all of us that you're going to watch this afterwards. I want to say thank you to you. Thank you. And please continue to like, share, subscribe. And we want to make more people to know about Fired Up Movement. We want more people to have accelerated financial independence. We want more people to hear about this movement of you don't have to wait until you're 65 before you start to live life. You can live life on your own terms. So I wanted to share it. Stay blessed by the blessed. I love you. This is your girl LolaWealth. I am fired up for you, and I keep showing up for you. I will see you next week. Bye for now.